it was tough to do research on you. You got a mysterious vibe on Instagram, but in a way that is research in itself. Can you describe how you're able to kind of maintain this mystique?
So I think my main goal, like as an artist and developing myself, like this is kind of a rebrand I did from when I first started off.
Gotcha.
So I first started off kind of like rapping and trying to get into that lane. Didn't necessarily know what I was doing really. I knew what I was doing. I always freestyled my whole life, and then I kind of developed into like more of a like a Bryson Tiller vibe.
Got it.
But I
Yeah.
also have everything else, and I'm like, and that way I kind of need to sell the appeal. So let's kind of make this more photogenic. Let's be a little bit more mysterious with what we're doing. Kind of watching all that. So
Definitely photogenic. The picture in the woods with the sky red and
yeah,
the way that's dude, I love that. I mean,
edit all my photos.
really,
I really do.
dude. So yeah, I mean, in meeting you, like off of a first impression, you don't come off as this uber artistic person.
Right.
But then you mentioned like you know you're bouncing in studios and you're just eagerness to record and make music, and then and editing photos. Where does that stem from?
So I think my artistry, I don't really think I kind of portray it in the day to day. I'm just like your basic guy, just kind of wake up. I like playing the game. I like going out, like hanging out with friends. But like music in itself, I just love music, right? So like it's so unique and it kind of shows different aspects of a person. And that was kind of like my escape because I
Right.
used to play basketball and stuff growing up and football, all types of sports. That was my escape, like post athletics.
Yeah.
And then once I found that, it was just that artistry developed in itself. I could express myself here in so many different ways than I think I could in a person to person interaction.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Today's new wave, Sideshow.
What's up, guys?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Of course, man. It's great to have you on. Yeah, it was awesome seeing you on the outside of Brickyard that time.
It was insane.
Yeah, yeah. If y'all haven't heard the story, I walked up and I was like, "Man, you're Sideshow," and I was like, "Man, I need to get you on the podcast."
It was so insane, bro. I've been seeing reels on Instagram. I swear, like the previous 2 weeks, you were every other one. I was like, dude, what's going on? So
I appreciate that.
it was meant to happen, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it was
man.
insane.
Yeah. And then the Spring Hill connection too. Yeah, it just worked out. So yeah, I guess to get to the bottom of this, you got a camo sweatshirt on, you got kind of a country accent, and then you're making these Bryson Tiller songs, romantic raps, I guess, is that
Yeah.
R&B songs.
Of course, yeah.
What's what's kind of the confidence like to release those types of songs?
I think me in general, I've always been like a confident dude. And that can like you could see that in my attire I wear, the way I talk, or how I dress people in general. Like I'm gonna walk into a room, and I feel like as a person, this is not trying to be overly cocky or something like that. But if I walk into the room, I can instantly make that room a whole different vibe, just off rip in my eyes. I feel like me as a person, I'm very energetic and I'm very positive. It's always positive vibes anyway.
Yeah.
But like the countryness, like yeah, my voice is country as can be, but my music, I don't sound country at all. Like it's so crazy. And like country music, I used to hate country music. Never listened to it until I was like 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
And I have an appreciation for country music now. And I know I have a country accent, but like the music's so far different from country. I don't even know how, but I'm confident because I know it sounds good. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, yeah, and just in a personal meeting you, it was really easy to talk to you. So I could see how whenever you go into a room, like you make people feel at ease.
Yeah.
And that's just an intangible gift. Yeah, let's dive into the music. How would you say you've improved through Comforting Chaos and the singles prior into Darkest Obsessions and then where you're at now?
So I was at a point in time in music, like I said, I had to kind of rebrand myself as an artist. So before Comfort and Chaos and all the singles that came before that, which were I think Seduction and Don't Want to, and Shot by Cupid, which Don't Want to and Shot by Cupid are both from Comfort and Chaos. But so during that reformation of like my artistry in general, I had all my rap stuff. I had stuff on Apple Music previously, and some of it's still on SoundCloud, mind you, still there if you want to see the history of Sideshow. But I just kind of I went to the studio one day and I was like, let's play a beat like this. We did it, and I made a song, and I was like, this is it. Like this is art.
Right.
And that was Don't Want to, and I was like, this is my next release. Deleted everything else.
I love and don't want to how the how you hold on to the U into the beat drop, and it kind of like goes into a different type of sound.
It's, I think, and that was me kind of really just trying something out I've never really done before that. And then Comfort and Chaos, that kind of led to Comfort and Chaos, which at the time I was talking to a female, you know, and things did not go well. Situationship ended badly. It really didn't end bad. It just ended. And it made me feel a type of way. And like I said, my escape is music. So I just made a whole project that wasn't really about it, but it was the ways I felt in similar situations.
Right, right. And I appreciate your vulnerability, and I know that's a tough thing to be vulnerable about. But can you kind of elaborate on the pressures of doing something like that, making a song that she might hear, her friends might hear the project and have feelings about, but it's like this is the way you have to release it. You know, it's not really a selfish thing, but it's like it's almost selfish to not release it as at the same token.
So in my experience and like in my head, the best option for me to do was like, I need to release these ways I'm feeling, and I don't really care. And this is like, I care about her as a person. Like, I'm happy she's happy now. I hope she's doing happy. But like, that was just the ways I was feeling in that time. And I was like, I want everyone to hear this as well as her. Like, me and her had a phone call after, like, in the process of making that. And I was like, look, these 3 songs are very strongly tied to you that were on the project. And I let her hear them, and she like started crying on the phone, like her approval. Pretty much in my head, that was her approval. So I was like, yeah, she's crying about it.
Yeah,
she
we tell ourselves
we're doing good. Yeah. So I posted it. It did really well. And then I know like that was kind of a more pop acoustic album or project. So the transition straight to like Darkest Obsession and singles after that, Go and Saints and Sinners, like it can be vastly different. Like if you've never heard my music and you went from Comfort and Chaos to Darkest Obsession, it's like, what is this dude doing? But again, like my roots were like the rap, and then I just kind of implemented kind of the more Bryson Tiller, Party Next Door, like those type of elements into it. And that album was kind of just inspired on like how I try to treat myself as like a human. You know what I mean? It's like, let's talk about the bad. A lot of people don't want to talk about the bad and flaws in their self and their character. I was like, let me highlight these in this project. This is about me being bad. Like I'm very open towards that. It's like I'm not a perfect human. I'm not a good guy.
Then perfect imperfections.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That was actually Comfort and Chaos's first like original title, and Perfectly Perfect or something like that. That was supposed to be the name. And that was just kind of the transition. I was going through other situations in my life at the time, and I was like, look, I'm not perfect. Like I'm a very flawed man. Like really, there's a lot of temptations and everything that we all go through, and let me talk about them, you know? Let's let people hear an honest perspective on it. I'm not trying to lie about anything.
Man, what do you do? Like, what do you do for fun in general? Like, what's kind of like your hobbies outside of music?
That's my hobby.
Yeah,
I play video games. I mean, I like Call of Duty a lot. I watch like the Pro League in Call of Duty. That's probably my favorite thing to do. Play some rank play on COD. I'm doing good. Rank play on COD and make music. That's about it.
I'm just trying to draw the connections of the disparity, kind of like, because again, these songs, like you're making like toxic Valentine's Day music.
Yeah. You know? I go out too. You know, I go out. I like to have fun with a bunch of people. Like I love people. Like they just make me feel good. So, I mean, I don't know where that came from. Really, it's just in my head. I know how men are, and I know how men try to act, and a lot of guys, and this is not singling out every guy. Clearly, we're all different. But a lot of situations I've gotten myself into, like, women will base and judge my character off of, like, appearance alone. And I'm like, all right, look, I'm not this dude that you're proclaiming I am, just off initial look. You're kind of judging this book by its cover. All right, let me make some songs about what you're thinking this cover is.
Do
Let
you
me
get
play into this.
satisfaction out of them being so surprised by your music?
Yes, love it, dude.
Yeah.
They're surprised every time.
Yeah.
It's like I play a song, dude, this is not you.
Right.
Is this you for real? I thought it was gonna be like some SoundCloud rap or something. No, I
Right.
make music. Like
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah. Music feeds the soul, but food feeds the future. Right here on the Gulf Coast, thousands of families don't know where their next meal is coming from. Feeding the Gulf Coast is changing that tune one meal at a time. Imagine this. For every $1, you can provide up to 5 meals. That's like turning a quiet solo into a full-blown jam session of hope for someone in need. Let's turn the volume up on kindness and down on hunger. Visit feedingthegulfcoast.org to donate today, because together we can make sure no one goes hungry on or off the stage. Feeding the Gulf Coast, because every community deserves an encore. Whoa, 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 don't let the dogs out. The City of Mobile Animal Shelter has many loving pets ready for a nice home. Whether you're looking for a dog like Snoop or a cat like Doja, the City of Mobile Animal Shelter is where you can find your next friendly companion. They're located at 855 Owen Street, and you can stop by anytime between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We all need a little bow wow in our lives. Call 251-208-2800 because the City of Mobile Animal Shelter has you covered. That's 251-208-2800. Roof. Mobile's got a rising engineering
Right.
core. And just tell me about your experience coming up and becoming a Mobile or an engineer in Mobile.
So my first experience with like a studio in general was with Trev. Shout out Link with Trev. All platforms, hit him up if you need a song mix, mastered, anything like that. He's fire. I was recording at GarageBand at the time, and my homeboy recorded over there, and he was like, "Dude, come to the studio." I showed up, recorded, and it was like life changing, insane. Trev also like at the time I used to call him the wizard. Like this dude's a
Sure.
magician with everything he does. It's crazy. If you have not met him, if you have, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, just experience. He's dope.
It's funny how he's become kind of this treasured icon of
Yeah.
the local scene.
He's definitely like
In
a
the
holy
whole
grail.
South,
Yeah. So after that, I transitioned and I started like trying to meet other engineers and stuff like that, and it just wasn't really working out for me until one of my buddies introduced me with Tyler Beasy, on Instagram. He's fire. He has like such a different sound than Trev, and it was just at first it was very hard for me to like adjust. But then he was like, "Look, do it like this. Trust me, I got you." And then like we developed in like 2-3 weeks from this sound that I thought was like nowhere near Trev to like, all right, I see what we got. And then he just constantly developed, I think, alongside me because I started going to him so often. And he developed into like a super engineer. Like this dude's insane. And then I kind of developed my artistry right beside him, so it was insane. And he taught me how to engineer as well, which led me to meeting all these other Mobile artists, and it was insane. Like I met Lil Rob through him and
Yeah.
all this other stuff.
Yeah. It's really cool to see how the different levels of Mobile
Yeah.
are balanced through different styles of music, and it's cool to see the different engineers perfect their craft. And it's just really cool how the map grows like that. Can you elaborate without spilling too much sauce of how like some things that separate Tyler or Trev or yourself, or like some unique things that a good engineer possesses?
I think a good engineer just possesses like the knowledge of music in general. This is my perspective as well. Other engineers probably have different things they can say, like clearly. Like Trev, for him, this dude just like he literally knows stuff in his brain. Like this dude here's a BPM. Like how do you? I don't know
that's
how you're
crazy.
doing that. Like it's insane, bro.
Yeah, that's some wizard stuff.
It's like, exactly wizard stuff. Now, Tyler Beasy, he's like, so he was like the first engineer who I knew really engineered R&B music. And at the time, I wasn't really doing R&B stuff. So I was
That's
like,
funny,
dude, this is
bro.
crazy.
He changed the course of your life.
Like, and he really changed
he
my.
engineered your damn
He
railroad.
changed everything. And so he recorded R&B music and stuff, but he also did the rap music as well. And his take on rap was so different than Trev's. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like, how can you even like think of this and you think of this? And then so I kind of just through my style of engineering, from me engineering in a way shorter time than them two guys, it's just like developing what he's taught me and what like I've learned from watching Trev. You know,
Right.
it's also very amazing just to know the program itself that you are using to record on. I use Pro Tools, but FL Studios is also pretty good. And I'm trying to learn that just so I can learn more about the production side of things. But it's nice. It's like being a Swiss Army knife, you know? Everybody has a different niche that they're good at in the engineering scene, but like, how good are you at it?
Are you not worried about spreading yourself too thin across genres?
No, not at all. I think like I have a wide catalog of music, if this is what you're asking, like
Right.
my music. And I'm not genre confined at all. Like I have rap music still. I have trap soul that I'm currently working on. I have like a whole Y2K project that I'm in the process of making, which is more of a pop project, but it's like pop R&B Y2K, like
That's cool.
a whole different take that I don't think anybody's ever heard. And they're gonna love to hear it when it comes out, seriously. And I also have country songs that nobody, like a select few people have heard. I have a country accent, but none of my music sound country. Wait till you hear the country songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah, you're perfect for this new era of cross genre.
of course. Genre blending is so good for the scene of music. It's amazing.
Now, in the new scene of music, when it feels so chaotic, you know, and I'd heard it's like a good representation of how the world is nowadays. Like music is always a good mirror of where the world is going. But there's just so much going on, I feel, in music nowadays. There's so many new artists. Just speak on kind of where you see music.
So I think a lot of people probably think it's a bad thing, like AI artists and all that. I don't necessarily know my stance on the AI artists. They sound cool, but I don't want to take away from the actual, you know, person going in there grinding and out to get better, you know. My stance on it, it's so good that we have so many artists in front of our eyes, because like 10 years ago, you wouldn't have heard about half of these guys. Now we have TikTok, a guy can blow up overnight.
Yeah.
That never was really a thing. You had to kind of grind it out, like the Lil Wayne's. He had like 20 something plus mixtapes. Who has that nowadays?
Right.
You know, I love it. You never hear the same thing, but you kind of hear similar things. So you can really find your niche of what you like in music, which I don't think you were ever able to do.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Tell me about your experience with, and I'm wearing this shirt. This is Mobile Records. A guy named Nick that works at Mobile Records said that he knew you from a connection somehow with Young Blue. Just tell me about that to your best ability.
So I gotta see who Nick is. I really gotta see this dude. I can't recall like necessarily. I know Mobile Records, vinyl shop. Y'all go get some vinyls. Still love them, support them always. But so my engineer currently, like my ride or die engineer right now, Tyler Beasy, that's my guy. He gets his tattoos from Young Blue's cousin. Like oddly enough, he's playing my music, getting tattoos. And he turns it off because he's thinking the guy's not messing with the songs. And then he was like, why'd you turn that off? Turn that back on. Who is that? And then he was like, oh, well, this is my artist, like, Sideshow. And he was like, bro, where's he from? Is he signed? All this other stuff. And then, like, they tried to link me up with, like, the grand opening for the Young Blue studio he has out in Atlanta. Was not able to do that. But that was a big deal at that time.
Sure. How does it feel to have, like, somebody representing you like that? Like, this is my artist.
I mean, I've had a lot of guys kind of like say that, and I don't think they're claiming me by
Right.
means, but like Tyler and me have such a like strong connection. Like, that's my boy, like that's my dog, and we started off as like I'm your client, but like now, bro, I trust your ear. I trust
On the same wavelength.
we're developing like these whole projects together now, and it's an amazing process.
Yeah.
At Roosters, we are committed to using quality, locally sourced ingredients as often as possible. That's why we partnered with Bayou Core Farms to take their heirloom corn, locally grown in Bon Secours, and use it to create the corn flour for our new always fresh corn tortillas. Our other partner, Tortilleria E&H in Daphne, receives the Bayou Cora corn flour and uses it to make the tortillas. The heirloom corn tortillas then get delivered to Roosters, where they are used to make our signature tacos. The end result is freshness and flavor you can't get anywhere else. Roosters, for the love of food.
So that's a great segue into discussing your projects. How would you say that Comforting Chaos and the singles that you released prior, how would you say that you've evolved from those to Darkest Obsessions and where you're at now?
So, like, at that time, I already had plenty of music released. Like,
Right.
a lot of it's still up on SoundCloud, so if you want to hear that, it's still on SoundCloud for anybody's ears to listen to. But I had it up on Apple Music, Spotify, because at the time when I was making this music, I was very confident in myself and my ability, and that's what I wanted to be as an artist. But as I kind of just started listening and developing my character and kind of maturing into a man in general, I realized that wasn't really something that I could keep up. I kind of had to put more of a facade on than like I wanted to. I don't want to put a facade on. I want to kind of be true to myself. So Comforting Chaos, which the first song I dropped as a single in my reformation as like a artist was Don't Want To. And that's the song that led to like inspired me to make a whole pop acoustic album.
Yeah.
And it was just me being like vulnerable. It's about heartbreak. It's about love, which in that situation, like during that time, I was going through a situationship and it just didn't end well for me.
Right.
And I was like, how can I get this out and express it? And Post Malone, one of my favorite artists, like my favorite artist of all time, truthfully.
Wow.
He just does so many different things and he executes well at every one of them, in my opinion. So I'm like, I want to be like that. He's not confined to just like at the time.
I was going to say, he's becoming a Swiss Army knife. With
Exactly.
This. Yeah.
So I was like, I kind of want to do that. So I made that whole project. And the first song I made after I dropped that project was nowhere near that. I have not made an acoustic pop song since that project.
Mhm.
And like at the time, I probably had 50 of them already like made. The project was 18 tracks long. And then I dropped it, got good reviews. Like a lot of people loved it. It was amazing. So like, how do you go from something a lot of people like to like, let me just switch it up completely on the whole audience? So I kind of
People don't know what they want till you give it to them.
Exactly. It's like, I'm going to show you who Sideshow is before you can tell me what you want from Sideshow.
Yeah.
So a lot of, a corny like saying I like to say is sit back and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Like it's showtime.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Exactly. So that kind of segued over to me. Like, I want to express another part of me that a lot of men and a lot of people in general are afraid to express, which is like Darkest Obsession. Like, it's talking about all the negatives and the bad of yourself and your character and a person. And a lot of people aren't open to that.
It's that toxic Valentine's.
Toxic Valentine, exactly. It's like, I'm going to show you like toxicity and like a whole different way that you've never really heard somebody really speak about it.
Right.
So, and that was like a more The Weeknd R&B type of vibe, dark R&B, very different than anything previously I dropped. But I kind of transitioned by singles, like my R&B singles I dropped. And it really had it had great reception, honestly. Darkest Obsession was amazing. One of my favorite albums to make, like seriously.
Yeah. Now, when you're releasing those songs and you kind of know who might listen to them, you know, when it's about somebody that you've been in a relationship with and you know that it might go away with a certain person or their crowd, it's selfish to keep the music, but it also might be selfish to release it and know that its effects, speak on that, please.
So, Comforting Chaos, like I said, I was going through a situationship at the time of making like the entire project.
Yeah.
From the first, like that whole project I was during a situationship. You can kind of hear it through the different songs talking about like the in love feeling and like the heartbreak and the agony, all this. So, mind you, after the situationship was well over, I called, I think we had a FaceTime. And it was late at night. And I was like, look, I made 3 songs that are like strongly kind of based on the situation. It's not, I'm not saying any negative things, but like it's strongly based on the situation, just kind of how I felt, my perspective. And she was like, let me hear them. So I played 3 of them that are really like truthfully were kind of based on that situation. And she heard them and like she broke down into tears. And she was like, that just makes me so sad, but like they are good. Like I was like,
undeniable.
that's my confirmation right there. Like I can't be mad, you know? And she, I was I told her I plan on releasing them and stuff like that. I didn't use anything that could, like, nobody's gonna tell me who that woman is. Nobody knows.
Right.
I know, she knows, but it was an amazing process to just kind of make that and develop that. And then her hearing it, like, she actually did get to hear it.
I really respect that you did something like that, man.
Yeah.
It's you know, we make songs about other people, and it takes some courage to, like, not only tell them but to play it to them live.
Yeah, that was insane.
Goodness, dude.
Bro, my heart was beating through my chest. And then, like, because, I mean, she liked
Over the phone is.
over the phone.
That's
is
why you got
insane.
2 phones.
Yeah. So I told her, I didn't even know. My biggest thing was, I was like, post-release, once I release this, she's going to show her friends. I have nothing I could say about that at that point. It's like, dang, she's going to be like, yeah, this guy made a song about me. Mind you, she probably isn't like that, but that's kind of what goes to an artist's head.
So, yeah, hell yeah.
It probably does go like that.
Hell
but
yeah, dude.
I don't know.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. Drake probably deals with that shit.
Yeah. He's name dropping, dude. That's insane. That's wicked.
Yeah, that's how you know you're on a different point.
Yeah,
You
I'm
just go
Drake.
to a different state. Yeah. Anyway.
It's honestly weird. Like, when I'm in situations anyway, like, they're like, are you going to make a song about me? It's like, bro, I don't want to make a song about you. You don't want that. I promise you don't. Like, it's either bad or, like, toxic. You don't want either of those two options.
Yeah. After the Reformation, post-Reformation
Yeah.
Sideshow is
Yeah, no.
different type of song.
It's different, way different type of song.
So where do you see yourself in the next few years then?
So I currently have a project that I'm working on, a sitting project called Forbidden, which I really think is, like, going to be a staple project for, like, the Sideshow
Right.
name, persona, whatever you want to call it. Bro, it's trap soul, as trap soul you can get, you know, but it's my flavor. Like, you can hear Sideshow through the song, and it's amazing. It's a whole, like, it's going to take people on a whole roller coaster. It's a big trip, dude, the whole project throughout. And I have a snippet on my Instagram right now that is it's one of the songs that's going to be on the project called Temptation, which kind of, like, inspired me to make this project. I've made this project over the past two months, and I already have 25 songs. I got to break in between. Like, I'm going to split it up into a couple projects, I'm sure. But, dude, it's mind-blowing how far my music has come in, like, just 3 months now.
Yeah, man. No, it'll be interesting to see how you do split up those 25. But yeah, it's really cool, and the library that you've got ready for your fans. Do you feel pressure to release that the right way, to curate that? You know, you got so much music.
That's my biggest problem. I have, like, thousands of unreleased songs. I only released 2 tracks this year.
Like, how'd you choose Temptation?
My process, like, I don't write, right? So I write down titles that I think would look cool and that sound cool to me.
Yeah.
And then when I'm hearing, like, an instrumental or anything like that, and I'm like, all right, that title I'm about to make a song with. And then that's, like, the inspiration right there.
Yeah.
So Temptation, I wrote down Temptation, and I was like, I want a song called Temptation. And then while I'm making the song, like, I freestyled the whole, like, first half of the chorus was one take. Whole second half of the chorus was, like, one take, but I had to go back and fix one part. So it was like, it just came out perfect. That was exactly what was meant to be said. And it was like a whole story in itself. It was so crazy. It was so fire making that one.
Dude, the Instagram reels go crazy too, man.
I know I have not been too, like, involved with those. I want to get more, like, I like my stuff to look professional, and that's my biggest thing. Right now, I got to make sure I have a good cover art. I'm tired of doing the cover arts myself. Like, every cover art I've done, I want this to look like, you know, shout out Mobile artist, Fat Max, like his new project, Mackenzie. Like, how that looks so professional. I want my projects. That's what I want. I'm building a brand, really, in myself. Like, I'm trying to sell myself right now. I can't sell you me if I'm just giving you a product that looks like something anybody could have did. I want it to look so unique to me, and really, when you see it, that's Sideshow.
Gotcha. Super cool stuff, man. Yeah, the rebranding concept, you know, it's a bold move, and it's something that I'm working on myself. Can you talk on how you did that, any struggles that came with that?
I think the biggest struggle that comes with that is really just how much confidence do you have in yourself, right? You have to question yourself, because there's going to be a lot of times when you're like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And there's going to be a lot of days when you really come out with nothing, no progress. But then a couple months later, listen back, you'll see all the progress you made. I took 2 years of not doing anything. Like, during that rebrand, there was 2 years I was in the studio every day, recording tracks every day. Didn't release, stayed silent. And then I came out of that rebrand, Comfort and Chaos. And then past Comfort and Chaos, Darkest Obsession.
I think that's the strat, though, is like saving up enough material so that you can release at a rate that people aren't expecting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like currently, I'm sitting on 2 projects. Like 18, I have 18 plus tracks to pick between one, and then I have 20 something to pick between this one that I plan to drop in like February. That's the current plan, but it could get pushed back because again, I want to make sure everything's right on this. And I really have a lot of confidence in these next 2 projects. So I just want to make sure I do everything I need to do to get it to as much people as possible.
Get your ducks in order.
Yeah, get my ducks in order. I need to make sure people are on the boat. I'm rowing, man. Come on.
A couple country etiquettes. Well, shoot, man. Yeah, and then lastly, talk on how you record at different spaces outside of Mobile.
Yeah, so I would recommend any artist, like if you're in different cities, anywhere, and you really love recording music, just go to a studio. Like I'm in Orlando with family, and I'm like, let me see if there's a studio. I type in studios in Orlando.
Bro left
in
the
Safari.
Thanksgiving dinner for some studio
Straight to the studio. I stayed there for 6 hours. I didn't get back to the hotel until 4 a.m. Like I was there. Atlanta, same situation. I booked like 2 different studio sessions. I love music so much, so I want to be there. Even if I can't get any progress in my head towards the music, I got a connection here now. I got a connection here. Now we can develop. If I'm traveling, I'm here now. Oh, bro, what are you up to? It's detrimental to your growth, seriously. You don't want to confine yourself to just Mobile.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
Like, no.
Can't.
I plan to move at some point next year to like, which I've like never done. I want to move completely far away, just kind of like expand.
Denver.
Yeah, Denver would be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Los Angeles, but that's super insane right now, Phil. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. It's kind of, I don't know where I'm going. I don't really know what the plan is. I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Would you go on tour?
Oh, of course I would.
Like schedule across America?
Yeah, I would go on tour tomorrow.
I feel like that's the fastest way to blow up.
Probably. Honestly, I think I'm not scared necessarily. I just know, like, the work I put in. If I go into, like, let's say Kansas, I probably have no listeners in Kansas as it stands. Let's say I go to Kansas, and I have 2 people at the show. That's amazing that 2 people know about me from Kansas, but I don't. And I know as a upcoming artist, you really have to, which is why I'm trying to get my mindset right now. I just don't want to, I don't want to be performing to 2 guys, and I feel bad, bro. It's like, dang, dude, I really, people don't really mess with me, but I know they do. And I love everybody who really listens to my music, just takes a deep dive and really hears what I have to say. Because my music, I'm really opening up a lot.
Awesome stuff, man. Well, I really appreciate you for coming on the platform, and I'm excited to hear Forbidden and Temptation when it drops. And yeah, everything that's coming your way, man. Anything else that you want to put on the table?
Shout out Ty Beezy. Shout out Trev. Shout out Sideshow. Shout out my man right here. We got a lot coming. Just tune in. My social Sideshow with an X on all platforms. Link to my music are in my bios.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, brother.
See you guys in the next wave.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.